Everybody, this is Felicia with The Book Is Done. I'm on a roll today. I'm on a roll. I'm knocking them out, catching up. So the next book that I'm going to talk about, it was a Kindle book. So I don't have the physical book on me. I need to buy it. But this one is by someone that I had did a book review for a few months ago called Libertina. And when I tell you that book right there is still probably one of the greatest books that I read last year, like just in thinking back to that book was powerful, powerful, totally unexpected, totally unexpected. So this same author, M.A. Savino, she came out with a book not too long ago, and she just released the second in the series to this. Totally different, totally different from Libertina. Libertina, I think this one was released, I think maybe before or maybe like a little bit after Libertina. But baby, when I tell you, totally different, totally different. Uh, just the whole vibe was different. Still good, still one of the best books that I have read. She is quickly becoming a real good favorite of mine as far as the author because she's very real. She's very thorough. She's very authentic. She's very genuine. But baby, does she give you the details? Baby, she gives you the deets, honey. DEETS exclamation point times 10. She gives it to you. So whenever you read a book by M.A. Savino, just know you finna get it. So this book is called You Should Have Kept Driving. Baby, take a pause for the cause. Okay. This book was so freaking good, y'all. Like, ooh, it's real. It's very real. The triggers. Oh my gosh. The triggers in this book. She comes out with it. She comes out saying, okay, and I quote, "Dearest readers, this book contains triggers. This is your only warning. I'm not going into details because it will take all day. All I can say is if you have any triggers at all, just don't read it. Stop now and pick up something more, young adult. If you continue reading and are triggered, you were warned, excuse me. Please don't publish the author with a bad review because you couldn't handle it. Sincerely, Willow, the MC of this story. P.S. There are no children or animals in this book. Geez, I'm not a monster." End quote. She ain't lying. Baby is not lying. She does come on her word and say that there are no children or animals that were involved in this book at all. But I will, oh Lord, the triggers. Ooh, the triggers in this book is crazy. Absolutely crazy. If you, I will see if I can just kind of glaze it over. The biggest of this book is human trafficking, right? Like this human trafficking is the foundation of this book. It's happening, it's going through, not to say like the process, but like there is one main character who, when I tell you that, I don't cuss, but when I tell you that girl is bad, a she is. Girl don't play. She was in the military. She was in the service, and so it's not like she's dead on the inside, but it's like she has no feelings. She's just like, you smacked me. Ooh, do it again. Like she feeds off of it. You understand? Like she just, not to say people would be like, oh, that girl crazy. She just it turns her on in a sense to get smacked. You understand? Like it turns her on, like it fuels her fire if somebody is talking to her any kind of way or calls her out her name. She's just like, okay, and what else she got? What else she got? Like she counters with it back and forth. So human trafficking is the biggest, and it's deep. It's deep, y'all. It tells about some of the different um things. I don't even know what you call them, like pimps, or well, I don't even think you call them pimps. Just the handlers. I don't know. I don't know nothing about the human trafficking world. I just know that it is bad. It's real bad. So the one who is in control of, and I don't want to say the girls because men are included in this as well, and children too. But again, children are not in this book. This one is two men. Is Griffin and Benny. Benny was the one who started out with it, but let the main character tell it he's a weakling. Like he's a weakling. Like he just weakling. I can't even say it right. He's not all that strong in this area. So he brings in, I want to say it's his older brother Griffin. And Griffin is like a no nonsense, he ain't gonna take no mess type stuff. So it's them two, and then it's a series is ladies. Jenny is, even though it's not official, Jenny is Benny's girlfriend, or like the go-to for Benny's needs, or whatever the case may be. Jenny is it. So Jenny feels like she runs the whole thing, but she really doesn't. And then they're bringing in like different females throughout this whole time. So it's like 2, 3, 4, including the main character and Jenny, I think it's 6 of them. One, I forgot her name, Gina, I believe. She is kind of like the one who, she's been there for a minute. She knows how things go. She's kind of like the medical person, like, of the whole thing. In all things, human trafficking is one. Oh my gosh, you have sexual assault. Included in that is rape. You have gaslighting. You have so much abuse and violence. In the midst of all of this, erotica is like, they call it erotica. I grew up on Zane books. I don't know if y'all know who Zane is, but Zane is a freak. You understand? Like she nasty. She talks about all that stuff. Don't be laughing at me if you know who Zane is, but like Zane, she is like African American erotica, as they call it. I call it freak books, but she is like real raw with it. Like you had some authors like Eric Jerome Dickey, God rest his soul, Tyrone, Omar Tyree. There we go. Omar Tyree. They will have like some like sex scenes in a book. Nowadays they call it smut. Smut is just a disgusting term. I don't like that. But so Zane was like the freak of African American fiction, if you wanted to go there, erotica. So M.A. Savino in this book, baby, listen. If you don't read this with your with your mind, like in a good mindset, the things that will happen when you close this book, like you're gonna find somebody, I guess, to do what you need to do. But it's very erotic. It does go into details. So if you want something that's light, I don't want something that's too out there. It's out there. Baby took it inside the box. Confetti everywhere. Surprise, it's erotica. Like it's all in the book. And so the story behind it though, because like I said, it does talk about human trafficking. It does have these women. I don't even want to say it's like a cellar. It's like an underground something. I think you have to take like a ladder to go up to get out. But like when you get down, it's like one, two, I want to say it's like 4 different rooms or something like that. And just the different things that goes on is eye-opening. Is eye-opening. So this book, the foundation of it, the story behind it, because at first the main character's name, you didn't know the main character's name. You just knew that Griffin and Benny was in for it. Like she starts off in the book talking about she's going to kill them. She's laughing. They are slapping her. Like she's bleeding. You understand? Like bleeding. Ribs possibly broken. Like they punch her. Like very graphic. Very graphic. And she got a swollen eye. She's like, I can't wait to kill you. And I'm just like, oh snap, this girl is bad. Like she about that life. And so towards the middle, like at first she wouldn't speak. She wouldn't speak at all. They would do Griffin claimed her as his, and she was like, I'm nobody's. And but she wouldn't talk. So they were just like, we're gonna break you. We're gonna break you. And so Griffin in essence ends up being intimate. He's intimate with I believe that all of them are intimate with all of the girls, and so all of the young ladies. And so with this one, Griffin is like, oh, this mine right here. Can't nobody have her, can't nobody touch her, this me. And so brother Benny is like, oh, please, 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 like after you're done with her, can I please have her? That's how the book was. And so you should have kept driving. Basically what it was, she was somewhere and she either got hit over the head or they put like a cloth in front of her nose and she blacked out. She found herself chained up, when she came to, and she was just taking it. She was very calm throughout the whole story, and even still throughout the whole story, like she's coming up with different ways and saying different things as to how she's going to kill them, and just something that she's adding to her list and what to do to them and what to do to that person. So in essence, she ends up being like the hero, and she doesn't intentionally mean to be, but like one of the ladies, I want to say her name is Ari, she reminds her of her sister. Her sister was murdered in a domestic violence situation, and so it was just the two of them. And so she was like, when my sister was murdered, that awakened something in me that I believe the sister knew about, like how she was, because the main character is a cannibal. She does cannibalism as well. So she body parts, she eats human flesh, I guess. I don't know nothing about all that either. This book was very eye-opening. Hey, I mean, it was so good. It was so hard to put down, so that I could live life and work and all this good jazz. But other times it was tough to read because it was like something would happen with one of the ladies, and you were just like, this is tough. This is tough. This is tough. Take a moment, get back to it. Take a moment, get back to it. So it definitely opened your eyes to see like how that world is, how some people are. They have like no soul, like they have no filter. They're willing to drop 500 bands, 500,000 now, 500K on a woman or on a slave or whatever they call it. But they don't even treat them as humans. Like they're just, it's wild. It's wild to me as to how there are people in the world, in the dark web. I don't know nothing about that. But I know that it's very real. And so this is part of that. It sheds light on that as well. So that, hey man, hey, You Should Have Kept Driving by M.A. Savino. Do it. Get it now. Do it. Do it. You will not regret it. I'm trying to unlock my doggone doohickey. You will not regret it. She just came out. This is another one of the books. I haven't read this yet. I do have it downloaded. But baby, whew, this one is called You Should Have Stayed Home. I had to prepare myself for this. You understand? Because You Should Have Kept Driving was a whole different vibe from Libertina already. You Should Have Stayed Home. They still have some of the characters from the first book in this book. I don't know what they doing. I don't know. But M.A. Savino is the doggone truth. You understand? I don't know how all of her books are. I don't know if they are all. I know that they are not all like that, because Libertina was, it was very detailed, but nothing like You Should Have Kept Driving. Oh my gosh, eye-opening. So, if you have read M.A. Savino, any of her work, let me know. If I haven't talked about it, Libertina, and You Should Have Kept Driving, let me know. I will read it, because that right there is a guaranteed good read. You Should Have Stayed Home. Like I said, I got to build myself up for that. I'm always reading, but I'm reading a couple of arts, a couple of good things. And so I just have to get myself ready, honey. If it was erotica like that, when I definitely got to get myself ready, because I went in the mindset for all that. I went in the mindset to read all that. So, in all things, this book review is for, excuse me, You Should Have Kept Driving, by M.A. Savino. This is what the cover looks like. Kind of gory. It really does look like that. You Should Have Kept Driving, but it is good. It is good. It is good. Get it. Tell me what you think. If you read the next one, You Should Have Stayed Home. Let me know. We can read it together. But definitely check it out. You will not be disappointed. This is Felicia with The Book Is Done, and I'm out.